Ladies and gentlemen, not all companions desire your success. Marcus Aurelius said, "This is a truth that is often uncomfortable to understand. Among those who share your table," Marcus Aurelius said, "exchange laughter with you and offer words of their oars whose hearts are not fully aligned with your assent." Marcus Aurelius said, "Their smiles may be genuine at times, yet your victories sting them more than they inspire them." Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not always malice that fuels this feeling. Often it is a silent comparison." Marcus Aurelius said, "An internal reminder of where they believe they have fallen short." Marcus Aurelius said, "Your progress can unintentionally highlight another stagnation. Your success, even when achieved through honest effort, you can awaken insecurities in those who have neglected their own growth." Marcus Aurelius said, "There is a strange alchemy in human nature, where admiration is turned to envy when proximity is close and paths diverge." Aurelius said, "A distant figure's success is often celebrated because it feels detached from personal identity. But when someone close rises," Marcus Aurelius said, "it feels more intimate, more threatening. The person they once called a peer, or even a subordinate, now stands ahead." Marcus Aurelius said, "And that shift unsettles their self-image. They may still congratulate you, they may still appear supportive." Marcus Aurelius said, "But beneath the surface, something dark simmers, a silent wish that you stumble." Marcus Aurelius said, "This reality does not mean you must become calm or cease toward all who walk beside you. It means you must walk awake. Not every companion is a friend in spirit, not every cheer is pure. It is tempting to think that bonds of family, friendship," Marcus Aurelius said, "or long history automatically guarantee goodwill, but successes loyalty in ways hardship never does." Marcus Aurelius said, "Struggle draws people together because it makes them important, even superior. Success, however," Marcus Aurelius said, "demands they confront their own standing and not are ready for that reckoning." Marcus Aurelius said, "Understanding this does not call for bitterness mitist, it calls for clarity and strength." Marcus Aurelius said, "You are not responsible for the emotions of others, nor dim your light to soothe their discomfort. Your path is yours alone." Aurelius said, "Do not measure your steps by the reactions of others. Do not slow your progress to maintain fragile egos. But true companions will celebrate your growth with genuine joy." Marcus Aurelius said, "They will not see your rise as their diminishment of what is possible." Marcus Aurelius said, "Those who cannot handle your success, reviewed all their subtle criticisms, Marcus their cooling enthusiasm. All are signs written prulia for one who chooses to see." Marcus Aurelius said, "It is better to recognize this with a steady heart than blind yourself with false hopes." Marcus Aurelius said, "It is better to lose the company of those who cannot your flourishing than to chain yourself to their quiet resentment. Carry on with dignity. Let others wrestle with their own shadows." Marcus Aurelius said, "Your task is not to shrink to fit their comfort, but hurry into life that calls you." Marcus Aurelius said, "Walk your path as if no one applauds, as if no one wards, because the deepest level, your journey is yours and yours alone. Your duty is to your purpose, not to the approval of others." Too often, lives are quietly surrendered to the weight of public opinion. Marcus Aurelius said, "Traded away piece by piece for fleeting applause or shallow acceptance. In the noise of the world," Marcus Aurelius said, "it is easy to lose sight of the quiet task you. Approval may feel like nourishment in the moment, but it is hollow and temporary." Marcus Aurelius said, "True fulfillment comes not from being admired, but the work you were placed here to do." Marcus Aurelius said, "Approval is a shifting thing. One day it will lift you high, the next day it will abandon you without warning." Marcus Aurelius said, "Those who praise you today may criticize you tomorrow, not because you have changed, but because their mood has." Marcus Aurelius said, "If you tether your sense of worth to their ever-changing truth, you will live as a leaf blown about by every wind." Marcus Aurelius said, "No matter how noble your path, there will be Use who mock it, Marcus Aurelius said, and those who oppose it simply because it is not theirs. You fought every frown or hunger, for every smile, Aurelius said. You will betray the very work your life, which more ways poses steady, Marcus Aurelius said. It is an inner command that does not shout or be for tension. It whispers quietly but insistently, Aurelius said, and its voice becomes clearer when you turn away from the noise of the crowd. Marcus Aurelius said, your purpose is not concerned with whether you're the Eurot only with whether you remain faithful to it. Marcus Aurelius said, it demands sacrifice, discipline, and often only courage to be doubted, the courage to be ridiculed. Marcus Aurelius said, the courage to walk alone if necessary, the courage to compromise. It tempts you to sand down your edges, Marcus Aurelius said, to dilute your vision to become more palatable, more easily loved. But purpose demands the opposite, Marcus Aurelius said. It demands that you sharpen yourself, that you refine your will, that you remain unmoved by the fear of disapproval. It asks you to be fierce when necessary, silent wise, and resilient always. Marcus Aurelius said, to serve your purpose is to serve something higher than the shifting opinions of those around you. Many waste years chasing acceptance, only to discover that is an endless race with no finish line. By the time they realize it, Marcus Aurelius said, their trawling has grown faint from neglect. Approval is a pleasant decoration when it comes naturally, but it is a poor master. Your loyalty must lie first, your calling. Let the world cheer or boo as it will, Marcus Aurelius said. Your steps must be measured not by the noise of the crowd, but by the certainty of the path you know you must walk. Marcus Aurelius said, every moment spent worrying about approval is a vorm your real work. Every compromise made for applause is a betrayal of the deeper task entrusted to you. Stay steady. Stay true. Marcus Aurelius said, let your purpose be your North Star, and let opinions pass over you like the wind. Noticed, perhaps, but never allowed to alter your course. Guard your trust carefully and observe others' actions, not just their words. Words are easy. They cost little and can be shaped to fit any need, any moment. People speak of loyalty, of friendship, of shared dreams with ease, but it is their behavior, over time, that reveals the true architecture of their hearts. Promises can be made in the heat of emotion, Marcus Aurelius said, but only consistent action proves intention. Trostafori is a door left unguarded, Marcus Aurelius said, inviting not just friends, but also those who would harm, betray, or use you. It is tempting to believe what is spoken, Marcus Aurelius, especially when it flatters your hopes or eases your fears. Everyone wishes to think they are surrounded by allies, that their goodwill is mirrored by others. Yet history, both personal and universal, teaches otherwise. Marcus Aurelius, betrayal often comes not from strangers, but those shored within the walls. Marcus Aurelius said, the hand that delivers the deepest wound is often the once grasped in fellowship. Aurelius said, to guard your trust is not to live in suspicion, but to live in wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, it is to recognize that not everyone who approaches with clean hands or clean hearts. Marcus Aurelius said, watch how people act when situations shift. Observe how they behave when you succeed, when you fail. Marcus Aurelius, when you are no longer useful to them. True character emerges in discomfort, not ease. Marcus Aurelius said, some will celebrate you only as long as you are as your light does not cast shadows over theirs. When circumstances change, so too may their careporti, their loyalty. Actions do not lie. Repeated patterns do not lie. Someone who betrays small trusts will one day betray greater ones. Marcus Aurelius, someone who speaks well but acts selfishly reveals a louder than any vow. Marcus Aurelius said, guarding your trust does not mean isolating for your cynicism. It means moving through the world with open eyes. Marcus Aurelius said, it means giving time the chance to test and reassure around you. A true friend, a loyal companion, Marcus Aurelius said. A worthy confidant will not mind being tested by time, will show themselves through consistency. Marcus Aurelius said, through their presence in moments of difficulty, through their quiet loyalty when no audience watches. The shallow ones, Marcus Aurelius said, the pretenders, the opportunists, they too winists, if you allow space for their true nature to emerge. Marcus Aurelius said, trust is a precious offering, not a casual action. It's be earned through deeds, not merely requested through words. Marcus Aurelius said, value it as you would value your freedom, because in many ways it is the same. Marcus Aurelius said, to place your trust in the wrong hands is to wrong your peace, your security, your inner circle. Marcus said, it is to risk the slow erosion of your spirit. There be neither horse nor knife. Simply watch, be patient, listen less to what is said and more to what is done. Our time, Marcus Aurelius said, the truth always steps out of the shadows for Theo to see. Respond to envy and betrayal with calm indifference, not anger. When envy rises against you, or betrayal would you, your first instinct may be to lash out, to demand explanations, Marcus Aurelius said, or to strike back. But anger is a chain, and those who you would tighten it around your neck if you allow them. Marcus Aurelius said, their bitterness seeks not only to harm you but to disturb your peace, to draw you into the same storm that consumes them. Marcus Aurelius said, if you respond with rage, you become entangled, you beconder your clarity, and stoop to their level. Marcus Aurelius, allowing your emotions to dictate your course. Calm indifference is the armor of the wise. Marcus Aurelius said, it is the shield that prevents the poison of sin to your soul. When faced with betrayal, Marcus said, you must see it for what it is, a reflection drawer, not of yourself. Their disloyalty, their jealousy, Marcus Aurelius said, their petness are flaws in their character, not flaw your worth. If you respond with anger, Marcus Aurelius said, you give their actions more importance than they deserve. You allow their weakness to pull you from your path. Marcus Aurelius said, there is great power in silence. There is immense in remaining still, while others thrash about in bitterness. Marcus Aurelius said, to meet end with indifference is to deny it the cruise. Invides on attention, on reaction, on drama. Without your participation, it withers into nothing. Marcus Aurelius said, to meet betrayal with a steady gaze and unshaken calm yourself, that your journey is bigger than the petty acts of smaller souls. Marcus Aurelius said, you were not placed here to fight every person who misses you, who envies you. Marcus Aurelius said, who turns against you when your back is turned. You were placed here to fulfill your own work, to walk your own road. Every moment spent raging against a betrayal is a moment loose from building something better. Marcus Aurelius said, every drop of energy wasted on proving someone wrong is energy creating something right. Let them go. Marcus Aurelius said, let their envy and their treachery pass through your life like a bitter wind through an ancient tree. Noticed, Marcus Aurelius said, but incapable of uprooting what is firmly rooted is a resentment. You choose the path of purpose. Aurelius said, their actions are their own burden to carry. Do not take upon yourself to bear their ugliness alongside them. Move on without ceremony. Move forward without biasness. Let your success, your growth, your peace be the only response needed. You owe no explanations. You owe no anger. Indifference is not weakness, it is mastery. It is the decision to invest your heart only I think's worry of it. Marcus Aurelius said, it is the discipline to remain unaffected by the smallness when your calling demands greatness. Marcus Aurelius said, when faced with envy and betrayal, do not waste single hurt in rage. Let your silence weigh heavier than any argument. Marcus Aurelius said, let your calmness speak louder than any outburst. Win, undistracted, and utterly free. Marcus Aurelius said, anchor yourself in your own principles, regard opinions. The world is a restless sea of voices. Marcus Aurelius said, each demanding your attention, each trying to ape your praise you. Some will scorn you. Marcus Aurelius said, and many will urge you to bend yourself to their fleeting expectations. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are not rooted in something deeper than plicaprul, you will drift with every changing current, never finding peace." Marcus Aurelius said, "Never holding your ground. Principles are not decorations be displayed when convenient." Marcus Aurelius said, "They are the foundation that must hold firm when the odds roar. Your values are not meant to make you popular." Marcus Aurelius said, "They are meant to make you whole. There will be times when bias isolates you, when it invites ridicule, misunderstanding," Marcus Aurelius said, "or even hostility. But those moments are the true of who you are. Anyone can be firm when it costs them nothing." Marcus Aurelius said, "True character is revealed when the price of gritty is high. If you abandon your principles whenever they become uncomfortable," Marcus Aurelius said, "then they were never truly yours. They were meant for approval. The judgment of others is fickle." Marcus Aurelius said, "Today they may admire your honesty, tomorrow you very same trait. One moment they will urge you to be bold," Marcus Aurelius said, "the next they will mock you for standing alone. Is to run in circles, exhausting yourself for a reward that can vanish at a whim. Instead, let your own conscience be the measure by which you approve. And not, will they approve? But, is this right? Ask not, will this please them? But, does this align with who I am? To live by your own principles requires courage," Marcus Aurelius said, "but it grants something far greater than temporary, it grants peace within. No matter how loud the world becomes," Marcus Aurelius said, "no matter how violently it resists you, you will know that your actions are not shaped by fear." Marcus Aurelius said, "Vanity or a hunger for applause, their shoe should always stay enduring, something that cannot be stripped away by the chose around you." Marcus Aurelius said, "Those who anchor themselves in their own principles against the storm, they do not rage against every insult." Marcus Aurelius said, "They do not sway with every trend. They remain misunderstood. Over time, even those who once doubted them come to respect their unshakable nature." Marcus Aurelius said, "For consistency in a world of constant change is a rare and powerful thing. But even if the world never recognizes it," Marcus Aurelius said, "the reward is found within. A clear mind, a steady and a life without regret. Hold fast to your principles, not because it is easy, not because it wins favor, but because it is right. In the end, your greatest responsibility is not to be praised or accepted," Marcus Aurelius said, "but to be able to look at your own reflection, know that you remain true." Marcus Aurelius said, "Even when every voice around you urged you to betray yourself, strength is built by mastering your character." Marcus Aurelius said, "Not by managing others' feelings. Many spend their energy to appease those around them." Marcus Aurelius said, "Bending themselves into shapes that fit the expectations, mores and insecurities of others." Marcus Aurelius said, "They believe that if they can keep everyone happy and avoid conflict or discomfort, they will find peace." Marcus Aurelius said, "But peace does not come from constantly adjust to the emotions of others. It comes from a deep," Marcus Aurelius said, "steady control over your own mind, your own actions. You are responsible for your soul." Marcus Aurelius said, "Not for the emotions that rise and fall in others, their disappointment, their envy. These are reflections of their own battle, not fires in you." Marcus Aurelius said, "When you make your decisions based on avoiding them, control over your life." Marcus Aurelius said, "You move not according to what is right, but according what is safe, and in doing so, you weaken yourself." Marcus Aurelius' strength is not measured by how many people you keep smiling around you. Aurelius said, "It is measured by how firmly you can stand in your values when others misunderstand, criticize, or oppose you." Marcus Aurelius said, "Mastering your character requires vigilance. It requires you govern your own impulses." Marcus Aurelius said, that you maintain discipline over your own reactions. It means speaking truth even when it is uncomfortable. Marcus Aurelius said, keeping your promises even when no one is watching, remaining calm while others lose themselves in anger. Aurelius said, it demands that you build patience, courage, integrity, not for show, but as the natural expression of who you are. The world will always offer reasons to abandon this task. Marcus Aurelius said, there will always be someone who wants you to betray yourself to make them feel better. Marcus Aurelius said, there will always be a temptation to take the easier road of pleasures instead of doing what is right. Marcus Aurelius said, but every time you surrender a piece of yours for the temporary approval, Marcus Aurelius said, you lose something far more precious than etc. than must have in your own spirit. Strength is silent. Marcus Aurelius said, steady and often lonely. It does not seek to dominate or bend to your will. It seeks only to master the self. In a world filled with noise and shifting emotions, Marcus Aurelius said, the one who has mastered his character stands unmoved. Not because the world is easy, Marcus Aurelius said, but because he has learned to be stronger than it seems. So let the world churn, and opinions rise and fall. Marcus Aurelius said, your task is not to chase their approval or manage their moods. Your task is to build yourself into something unshakable. Marcus Aurelius said, in mastering your own character, you find a strength, give you and no one can take away. Aurelius said, walk your path with steady hands and a clear heart, and let others tend to their storms while you tend to your soul.